Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing today? It's November the 18th here in Mexico, France, and it's about 1 p.m. time. So we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin market today. And first of all, let's always open up. Hope you guys have had a very boring time trading Bitcoin right now because there's absolutely nothing that's been going on thus far. The only coin that has had any type of potential, in my opinion, has been Ripple. And Ripple has been on a fairly decent uptrend, as we can see it here, trending at about 7%. Stellar is actually making its way past EOS right now in market cap, which is actually quite impressive. I've never noticed that it actually overtook the number 5 coin. And then we see Cardano making its way up here as well. Not bad. It's passing Monero. Tron. IOTA has definitely fallen off the wagon. We're not going to see any type of double digits for a while here. Let's see if any of the top 50 coins actually ended up making 50, or sorry, double digit here, gains. Nope, nothing here at all, guys. So market cap is still trending around the 185 billion. Now let's take a look at the historical data. As we can see, Bitcoin just drawing closer to a breakout, whether it be up or down. What we can easily see is that the volume for the past few days, 7.4 billion, 7 billion, 5 billion, 4.3 billion. And today we are averaging about 4 billion, and we've got about 13 hours till the daily candle close. And I don't think that we're going to be picking up in volume. In fact, we're most likely going to be sidewaysing and into this triangle that I'm somewhat seeing right now, but eventually there will be a breakout up or down. So to give you guys my general bias for the day, my general bias is to be shorting Ripple for about for a 1% gain perhaps, maybe more than that. We'll see how it goes. I'm just entering a $10,000 position here to start off, just to start off the day, and I'll be adding up to 40K altogether. So it's not really the biggest position, but it's enough of a position for me to be fairly confident and comfortable thus far. So I do believe it's gonna, for the reason why I'm entering a short position for Ripple is very simple, okay? I see it attempting to break out in here, but I see a bear trap, right? It's very clear in my opinion, or sorry, a bull trap, and I do believe it's just gonna end up trending downwards over here. Very difficult to assume anything otherwise right now, right? I mean, you guys see this massive resistance that's been formed here for the past 12 days. So there's a likely chance we're going to retrace. Will it retrace at least 1%? Half of a percent? Yeah, probably. Maybe a $10,000, $20,000 position could yield me a 1% scalp, and that would make me fairly happy today and pay for the majority of my day. We're going to get ready to go to the Notre Dame de la Garde today. It's going to be a beautiful day of sightseeing, in my opinion. So let's take a look at this. And also, just to give credit to where it deserves, and where it's due, Eric Cho as well has been talking about buying the possible dip. So that's definitely a good sign in my opinion as well, right? You guys take a look over here, and there's a really good chance that we're going to get some sort of dip in my opinion. You look on a 6-hour chart, right? If you just see it trending somewhat like this perhaps, and just assuming that there's some trapped regions over here. This is a bear trapped region, right? Down over here. Always got to assume some wicks coming down. So is it possible for us to get to maybe the 50-cent range again? Yeah, absolutely. There's a chance. So I'm going to be very patient with my position here. Last night, if you guys noticed on my Twitter, I was actually waiting to enter a position on a short. Right, I got up 8 hours ago. My tweet, I was talking about how I was waiting to basically enter a short position. I'll enter short when I see more rejection. I waited about an hour or two, and I said, not the confirmation I need to enter a short for XRP, so I'm going back to bed. So that was kind of odd, right? Just kind of waiting around for a position there. Let's see if any of these positions are going to fill up here as well. Nothing at all. So anyways, I just want to always start off by giving you guys a general overview of my position and also my thoughts for the day for other coins, right? If you take a look, for example, at the 2-hour chart here, you'll see no coins trending whatsoever, right? No coins are absolutely trending. Maybe I should move this to the other side. You guys might like that a little bit better, right? It's looking a little bit better there, I think, yeah. So we see no coins trending high or extremely low on RSI. And because we don't see anything trending high or low, right, there's chances of little volatility today, in my opinion. But what we see about Ripple is that it's the only coin that's peaking up, right? It's the only coin that's peaking up to a reasonably high RSI right now. I think it's still on its way uptrending, but not before we break down to some key levels and we get some sort of correction, in my opinion here, okay? I think that this is actually making a 5-wave structure over here, where this is 1. Perhaps this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 going upwards. So there's a chance for a retracement, right, to at least a 382 level, in my opinion. So there's a really good chance for me to be hitting a very small scalp position of perhaps 1% or so. That just makes sense in my eyes. So anyways, I'll keep you guys updated with my position, and let's get into a Bitcoin technical analysis over here. I need coffee right away, guys, so I apologize if I pause the video in between here and go make a cup of coffee. So we're always going to establish, first of all, okay, we're going to always talk about the basics of a chart. So one thing we always have to make note of first is how it broke down. So the way it broke down is very simple, right? We're getting some sort of triangle like that. Actually, let's not do it from that region. Let's do it from perhaps this region over here, right? Where we are we definitely got some bear traps region, something like that perhaps, and eventually did break down. Actually, let's go to a different chart here. Something like this, okay? This is a little bit better where it's hitting a lot of points, right? So always consider some regions, bear trapped, bull trapped regions, something like this over here, right? We see a major wick and a major rejection. And to me, it wasn't a bull run, guys. It was an attempt for a bull run with a massive rejection of about, how much did it end up rejecting here? It ended up rejecting about 10%, right? So here, it made one last attempt to actually break upwards, and unfortunately, it just fell off of a cliff there, which was fairly unfortunate for the bulls, but for the bears, they were absolutely happy with it, as we can see, right? So whenever you draw your support lines, I don't recommend drawing wick to wick, right, at any time. I recommend drawing an average, right, where you consider some regions bull trapped regions, and you consider some regions bear trapped regions. And in my opinion, if we're drawing the symmetric type of triangle and we're falling below it, always look for a possible attempt to get back into the bullish zone or into the triangle. So let's say it fell out of here, which is pretty much what happened. This major drop was the signal with the volume right over here that there was going to be a drop. Then we fell below it. We made some attempts. Okay, if you look very, very closely, you see attempts to break back into it, right? An attempt right there that a wick rejected it, a fairly bullish candle, but with very little volume. I think that's just people panicking and just FOMOing. And then we get this tiny little shooting star candle, even on a 45-minute candle, right? So that to me alone was the signal that the bulls have entirely lost. And then we break back down below the support, which is now a resistance. Always keep in mind that whatever was a support now becomes a resistance, and whatever is a resistance becomes a support. So it breaks down there, and honestly, the moment to have shorted this was as soon as it broke below this specific region right here, right? You're seeing the volume pick up in this candle right there, especially, right? But this one here was a fairly bearish candle in general, so that's where you would have entered a short position. And that would have been the most ideal place. Did I enter it? Nope. I tried to scalp along though, and I don't remember what happened. It takes so many trades that not all the time it works out, right? And then of course, you would want to target something like here. Whenever it's really important that you guys understand how to play these. If you look into the past, you can easily anticipate or you can plan for how the future can possibly play out. So notice this resistance right here around the 5800, it barely acted as resistance at all, right? So we've got a lot of different regions right now that are acting as a resistance. So now the question is, what is going to happen? Are we going to test these ranges again? So we've got a few different ranges that need to act as a support or as act as a resistance if we'd like to break down further. Now, my plan is to actually short it if it does break down to the levels that I want, right? Because I do believe it's going to hit some key numbers on the low side. We are trading on the low range right now. Excuse me for a second. I got to close the window. It's a little bit cold. Right. That's a lot better. It's super chilly here today. What is the weather here in Marseille? You guys are sounding like my accent or what, huh? Marseille. So right now it's 15 degrees with a high of only 16 today, which is pretty cold. And Monday it is 13, and then it rains for the entire week. But you guys know what's good about it raining the entire week. Tuesday, Wednesday, check that out, okay? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 15 and raining. Ha, it won't matter because I'm going to be in Italy. Gonna go to Rome. Let's check out Rome weather because that's exactly where I plan to be. Ah, look at that. It's still raining, but at least it's much much warmer. 16, 17, 17, 18 on a Friday. That's not so bad. So I'm probably going to go to Rome on maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then come back and then have a very lazy Sunday, which would be ideal to me. What do you guys think? Leave your comments below as well. How long you guys think would be ideal for me to see Rome? And where should I stay? If you guys have any recommendations, should I go to Airbnb or should I actually stay in a hotel? My choice is probably a hotel because I'm extremely lazy and I kind of like how they cater to us and there's breakfast. I don't have to worry about it. But at the same time, an Airbnb has its benefits because it forces you to explore the city and leave the hotel. If you guys remember Romania, when I was there, I didn't really go out much, right? Because I stayed in my hotel, beautiful 5-star. So why would you want to go anywhere else when everything is provided for you? So I'm leaning towards a hotel because I'm lazy. But I know that I should probably use an Airbnb because it will force me to go out much more. So quick update on my position here for XRP, right? We're trending, kind of just seeing what's happening, and we're getting like a descending triangle. So in my personal opinion, we're most likely to break down here. But anyways, you guys are not here for the Ripple, right? You're here for XRP. It's so OPP. Yeah, you know me. You guys know how I feel about XRP. So here we're trending very low in terms of volume, right? So you gotta wonder why the volume is trending lower. Is it because there's two ways to look at it, and we could argue it many ways as well, okay? So one argument for the bulls that they would like to make would be, okay, did we find support, right? Did we actually find support? And now the bears are not selling in this lower range, right? So we're trading on the lower range right now. So did we find support? Or you think about it from the bears perspective, which is the bulls don't have enough volume to purchase it to rally, right? So once again, the bears would be thinking, oh, the bulls don't have enough volume to actually rally, and the bulls would be thinking the bears don't have enough volume to sell and short their positions further. So many different ways to look at it, and it can be very subjective sometime. So we're going to do an analysis based on moving averages as well. And for the people that are unfamiliar with what a moving average is taking the previous price history or the data, and depending on if you're taking 8, like I use 8, 13, 21, 55, and 200, which are known as exponential moving averages for the Fibonacci sequence of numbers, right? So I use those because it's the Fibonacci numbers, and it actually works out very well, in my personal opinion, just to correlate it for Fibonacci, since I'm a Fibonacci retracement, golden ratio, Fibonacci extension kind of trader, and also Elliott wave tends to tie with it extremely well as well. So if we look at the moving average, so for example, if we're looking on an 13 moving average, it'll take the compilation of the past 13 candles and give you kind of an average representation based on the price action. So if you notice on the daily, we are trending well below the 55 moving average, which is the yellow line. If we look on the 16, still very bearish, trending below it. Even on a 5-hour, 4-hour, trending well below it. Trending on 2-hour or 90-minute, trending well below it. 30-minute, we are trending right in the middle of it as well. On the 15-minute, we are right in the middle of it. On the 8-minute, we are slightly ticking upwards right now. You can kind of give the bulls a little bit of credit for going up about 0.5% in about 30 minutes. Talk about volatility, it's fine. It's how, guys. That's how we do it. That's how we rally. So you take a look at here on the 5-minute chart, there's nothing at all that's indicating any concise and specific direction right now. So this is quite a waiting game in my personal opinion. And I think that we're going to be waiting for probably another day or two. But I'm going to be bringing all the materials that I need and all the resources I need to be trading on the go today. I don't care where I am, guys, whether it's London or Rome or France or wherever I've been, Romania, I will always trade on the road. You guys have seen me trade on trains. You guys see me trade on planes. I will always make sure that I'm not going to miss any opportunity because that's what a day trader does, right? And I actually had my energy back. Not last night, but the night before, I slept about 8 hours, which is kind of unheard of. And that gave me a lot of energy for the whole week. Last night, I only slept about 4 hours, but I'm actually feeling fantastic still, and I'm not really grumpy. So, you know what? Coffee it's a wonderful drug, put it that way, right? I couldn't live without my coffee. Have you guys ever faced a woman without coffee before? It's like the scariest thing in the world. It's something that I never want you guys to experience, okay? Now, for all you guys that are in a relationship with someone who absolutely loves coffee, make sure you guys understand the rule, okay? Before 9 o'clock, never go see her without a cup of coffee. You always gotta come like a cat, right? A cat will always bring dead gifts for its owner because they love them, right? They want to provide for them and make them happy. So coffee is like one of the most fundamental things, in my opinion, to sustain a relationship, because you don't want to start off the day bad, guys. Like, you don't want to get your head bitten off. So anyways, let's get back into this. You guys notice right here that we're trending in this support range? Okay, take a look at it. Right, we're on the 90-minute chart right now, okay? So on the 90-minute chart, the volume picked up there. Look at that mother volume right here. So it was very indicative, in my opinion, that we were going to get some sort of uptrend, right? And you consider some of, excuse me, hey, you guys like my matching Bose little speaker with my new sweater? Yeah, I got the approval to buy it last night because it looked good on me, so I bought it. So anyways, you guys see this lower region right here, right? Some trapped regions, trap, right? And then we actually bounced off of it. Isn't it kind of funny how support and resistances are seen? Some people think it's, what's the word? Because everybody sees the same thing, there's a general consensus to do something in that specific range. Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm super distracted now, guys. You guys don't have to wait for me, okay? I'm going to make some coffee. I'm just going to generally talk as well about the market and what I think is going to happen while I make some coffee for myself. Do you want some coffee?
Yes, please.
Not a cappuccino though this time, an actual coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, that one did nothing at all.
The what?
The cappuccino did nothing at all.
Oh, it worked for me.
Did it?
Yeah.
Good. I'll show you what some crack cocaine is. I made this coffee really strong.
Perfect.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's not a live stream or anything.
That's good stuff. Is it actually though?
No, it's not. Why would I lie to you?
Okay.
It's still recording right now because I don't want to start it over.
Oh, I see.
But it's okay, you're safe. And you know what? My baby whales, they are extremely curious all the time what Mama Whale is up to. So tell them, sir, when are we going to go to Rome?
We will be going to Rome, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, we're going to go on Tuesday or Wednesday. And I asked my viewers as well, which you can comment on. Do you think it'd be better to go to a hotel or Airbnb?
I did actually hear your rant about being lazy.
Yeah, that's true. Hotels make you really lazy, and it confines you to the area a lot more, right?
Yes.
So, I'm thinking Airbnb.
I mean, it's up to you.
No, it's up to us. Don't say it's my choice.
I'll look at Airbnb and I'll look at hotels.
I agree. Yeah, there's some that are right by like whatever it's called, Vatican City.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I definitely want to go. And the it's pretty crappy here actually for the next few days. Here it's raining after.
Oh yeah, that's what Nadia was saying.
Yeah, today here is actually not bad. It's high right now. What's outside is the high for the day. It's like 16. So it's kind of cold out.
Better than Winnipeg.
Good thing you got a really warm jacket.
Yes. Indeed.
And then tomorrow until Saturday, it's actually raining all day. Like all day, it's raining.
Oh, gonna have to get
Every day.
an umbrella.
Yeah. It's kind of funny how it stopped raining as soon as you came here. Back to
I bring the
good.
good weather.
You like honey in it too, right?
Yes, please.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Good. You're learning from me.
Yes, I am. Quite a bit.
How is your? Are you almost ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever made us a coffee yet?
No.
I think I made it even in Casino, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't make coffee, guys. She's not domestic at all. Not domesticated. But you guys know how. You guys know how relationships are when you're in one with a whale, right? Just generally speaking, like you know, friendship, whatever. When you're with a mama whale, because they're a matriarchal society, they take care of the pod, and they will do the things like even make coffee no matter what, right? You guys heard my little speech about coffee in the mornings, right? That's the last person right there that I ever want to face before 9 in the morning without coffee.
I'm sure they've seen that.
I've seen it. It's actually very scary. Well, Whoa,
You're
it's
just
actually,
a ray of sunshine with coffee.
she actually is.
Thank you so much. Delicious.
I hope you guys are enjoying my daily updates as well. Just giving you guys a little bit of insight of my day and what's going on. But that's how it is, right? I keep you guys updated. You guys enjoy hearing about my day, I'm sure, and I enjoy hearing about you guys as well and how your day is going in the market. So make sure you guys always leave comments, right? If you've noticed, I actually reply to almost every single tweet. Direct messages are a different story. You guys got to give me some time for that because there's an overwhelming amount of direct messages I receive a day. It could be in the thousands sometimes, right? So please always be patient when it comes to messages. But in terms of tweets, if you guys would like a response to something, if you guys would like me to say something about a chart, your best thing to do if you would like me to to talk about what's going on with you guys, right, is to leave me a tweet or even say something like, oh, I've sent you a direct message. Can you take a look at it? I'm always interested in you guys and what's going on as well, okay? So let's take a look at Bitcoin again. So what we're seeing right now, guys, like, you know what, this is moving into some sort of symmetric triangle, right, without a doubt. And for the people that are unfamiliar with symmetric triangles and the tension between the bulls and the bears, let me give you guys a visual representation of what's going on with the bulls and the bears. So these are my two friends. This is a bull. If you guys can tell, this is a bear. So let me ask you guys a question, okay? Let me ask you guys a question. What is a cow, right? And if a cow is a cow, then what is a bull, right? It's kind of like, what is a chicken, a hen, and a rooster? I bet you guys can't even explain to me what a chicken and a hen and a rooster is, right? So if like a hen is the female and the rooster is the male, then what is a chicken, right? Kind of like, what is a bull and what is a cow? Then what's a steer, right? Did you guys know that a steer is a castrated bull, but is it still a bull and is it still a cow? So what is the general term for it? You guys ever wonder about questions like this? Yeah, I wonder about things like this all the time too. It's kind of I actually learned the answer to it. Okay, guys, I learned the answer to it, and when I found out the answer to what I was just talking about, I had an epiphany moment. Like, did you guys know that for every minute that passes by, 60 seconds goes by too? It's kind of like one of those moments where it's like, just whoa, I can't believe I figured that out. So, anyways, guys, let's talk about the tension between the bulls and the bears. Okay, for a symmetric triangle. So there's always tension between the bulls and the bears. One side is pushing down, and one side's pushing upwards. And when we get to this point right here called the apex, right, and you also have to think of a balance between supply and demand as well, right, where it's being met at an equilibrium. So the bulls clearly want to drive up the price, right, and the bears want to keep swiping down. Bears have the reputation of wanting to short sell or perhaps accumulating and focusing on quantity for the same amount of principal, right? And then eventually one will win. Either the bulls end up breaking it upwards or the bears break it downwards. But before we do this, before we can confirm a general direction, what we have to do is confirm it, right? Sorry, before we can acknowledge and give respect to the direction that it is going, we have to confirm with certainty, first of all, the actual direction. And you guys always have to have a set of rules that you follow as well. So a lot of people will be like, oh, a symmetric triangle, it's going up. But you don't consider bear traps and possible throwovers, right? Throwovers are deadly. It's like a bear trap or a bull trap, but throwovers are done on purpose by large whales in the market where they will leverage a wall a specific way to, for example, if they intend to short, they will purposely drive up the price and create the illusion that it's going long. So they'll create a leverage wall, right, with their, for example, their exchange wallet, right, where they'll buy up and they'll stack up their bids, right? So they're stacking up their bids, so if you guys are dumping to them in the exchange position. But simultaneously what they're doing is they're putting up small quantities in their margin account. Because every time you guys are buying, because you think the price is going up, you're actually filling up his or her short position. And then if you decide to dump onto him, you're actually filling up his long position, okay? So simultaneously what they want to do is have you guys fill up their short positions at a higher price, and then you are also dumping to go to long. So you got to wonder, why are they both simultaneously going long and short at the same time? And the answer would be simple. It's because they would like to drive up the market high. So they would actually have they would be able to have coins that are able to sell from their long position. So if they're in a long position, they have to sell. So the key word is to catalyze a dump process, right? So you guys are filling up their short position, and then what they'll do is they'll dump on the market because they have long positions, right? While as well simultaneously market executing a margin position as well. Does that make sense? So they've got a long position in their exchange, right? So they might have XYZ amount of coins, and then they will dump onto the market, right? So, hopefully there's little liquidity, you would imagine, right? So that they dump on the market, which creates lots of red sell walls, and simultaneously at the same time, they will open up even more short positions by market executing in their margin account, right? And the same thing goes for a long position as well, right? Where the bulls are actually creating walls, okay? They're creating walls, right, to drive down the price, and they're eventually going to, it's exact same concept, just reverse the words that I use. So I just want to give you guys the idea of symmetric triangles and how they play out and why they're very important, right? So if you notice this gigantic symmetric triangle here on the grand scheme of things that was forming actually since September over here for 3 months almost, 70 days, well, that symmetric triangle was very evident in my opinion, and fortunately, I don't have to worry about trading as much because I've killed it in the market in the past 2 years. What can I say? But it's true, guys, right? Sometimes you prioritize your time, and you don't need to be heavily day trading. You guys saw me make, I don't know, a few $1,000s in a sideways market for the Udemy challenge, where I grew only a 10K account for you guys to a 13K account. 13.3K account for the Udemy's 10K challenge in a sideways market. And also November, if you guys add up all my profits already, I think I'm at, I took a pretty big loss in over 4 digits. I think I'm still well over like 13K American this month. So, but what I'm getting to is you don't really need to be chasing these trades. What you got to do is let the trades come to you naturally. And I think the most important characteristic of a trader is actually patience, right? If you have a lot of patience, you know that you don't need to take a lot of trades during the week. I wait for extreme volatility, 5 to 10%, right? And when there's volatility, there's a much higher probability if you stick to your specific strategies of actually uptrending or downtrending. If you have these key set of ingredients to enter a trade and you don't waver from them and you stick to them, because it is all about mental discipline, making sure you guys stick to your stop losses as well, right? Just always trying to give you guys general tips, as you guys can tell. Hey, cheers, guys. To my viewers, to my baby whales, let's have some coffee. Let's eat baby whales. No comma. I like how she's just laughing at me all the time in my videos.
They're great.
It's so great.
They're so great.
It's so wonderful.
They're wonderful.
When we meet you guys, when we travel a little bit and go to different cities, you guys are gonna see how much patience I need to have sometimes. Anyways, I'm gonna get going soon, guys, because I know I've got to start running. So, you guys, you look on the 5-hour chart, right? Like it's coming to a near. We're getting a wick poking up there, a wicking poking up there. So this triangle is gonna break one way soon, guys, in my opinion. I really believe it's going to hit around the 58, 50 ranges. It's just going to break upwards. It's just a matter of time because we have to test it. If we didn't test this 58, 50 range, this would be the biggest bear market that we're going to come across. Think about a resistance that's broken and it's not even tested as a support. Well, that would only happen in a very bullish market like in December, right? You guys miss the good old days of, for example, Omizigo? So what coins did we kill it on last year, guys, where we made like 1,000% returns, right? Do you know that, Sarah? Coins last year pumped up, like some coins went up like 3,000% in like 1 month. 3,000%, that's right. Like Omizigo went from what, guys? 50 cents to $14. EOS went from 50 cents to $18. IOTA 30 cents to $6. Ripple went from a quarter to 330. Bitcoin went from 700 to 1900. Yeah, I'm grinning, guys. Of course I'm grinning, fuck. Oh, I didn't mean to swear. Shit, girl. So, yeah, so I kind of missed the bull market, but we got to remember that without being in a bull market, we're not going to be able to, or without being in a bear market, we're not going to appreciate the bad things, or the good things rather, right? So you got to make sure you understand that with every bull run that happens, there will be a bear market as well. And during the bear market is the best time to be practicing, to be honing your skills. What you guys have to be proud of, if you missed the market back in December and January's uptrend for Ripple and all coins in general, you know what was great was that December 17 marked a very significant day. That was the day most of you guys got liquidated and lost all your money. You know why? Because this guy ended up coming in here. He's like, get the fuck out of here, bull. I don't even want you around anymore. Rawr! So he completely took over the market, and then all you guys over here. I'm having a hard time being myself in this technical analysis, okay? I'm having a hard time because she's not used to it yet. You'll eventually get used to it, I hope, right?
Oh, for sure.
You're supposed to say never.
Never.
Never. So anyways, I'm supposed to keep this very professional, guys. I'm a professional trader in the market. Look at me, scratching my balls, sniffing my butt every day in the market and wearing my underwear. So this guy, you guys were probably perma bull, most of you, okay? But you gotta understand how to switch the mentality once in a while, right? You gotta understand that nothing lasts forever. Kind of like a relationship. All good things come to an end, like Nelly Furtado said in a really good song. So you gotta really stop laughing, because whenever you laugh, I feel like I have an audience, and I kind of...
Live laugh track.
She's so funny. I'm actually really enjoying her company, I have to admit. I thought that I would like be extremely bored, and now I'm just gonna look at her with this very seductive face while holding two teddy bears.
Hot.
Do you want me to drop it like it's hot right now?
Of course, always.
Always, right. How's your coffee?
That's perfect.
So perfect. Why you always have to be so dramatic all the time?
That's you.
It's catastrophic. Guys, we had a catastrophic December. But anyways, we had a very crazy December 17, right? That's where a lot of people lost money, including myself, if you guys remember, where I had that like five-figure loss, right? And then I got so scared that I sent how many Bitcoin off of the market, and then I disappeared for like a week or something. And then actually I didn't disappear because of that. It was because my grandma passed away, right? Like right around that time, sad to say. But c'est la vie. Without life, we don't appreciate, or without, you kind of appreciate a lot of things, put it that way, when you put into perspective. But what was cool about that drop in December was that the bull market didn't really end because everybody started trading Ripple, right? If you guys take a look at Ripple here, specifically, around the January ranges, right? Right near the beginning of December, it ended up going upwards, right? So it went all the way up to January 1st, for example. So we had another very massive short position. Wasn't it crazy how in 1 week, Ripple ended up dropping 70%, right? Think about that, guys, right? In 1 week, or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we went up from 30 cents to $3. So whatever, $3.30. And then another week, we dropped from $3.30 to like $1 something, right? It blows my mind how the market is. But what I'm getting to is just because we're in a bear market, it doesn't mean you guys should be discouraged, right? You gotta be grateful for being brought into this game. I'm sure that a lot of you guys have entered Bitcoin markets because of this massive bull run. So think of that as a good thing, where it was brought to your attention, and now that it was brought to your attention, you guys can actually practice and study technical analysis so you can prepare yourself for the next market that's about to happen, right? It doesn't mean that we're going to drop to zero, guys. We have to be extremely prepared for the future of Bitcoin, and we have to understand that it is a finite resource, just like gold. It will most likely, if you guys are following the NASDAQ market, S&P 500 market as well, I mean, there's going to be a recession, let's put it that way. But then again, I'm no economist, right? I'm just a degenerate technical analyst that's just pretending he knows something in the Bitcoin markets with a few 100,000 followers. That's actually what she thinks. She's like, he's just a fake Bitcoin wannabe person on Twitter. So, yeah, I think that it's going to be a massive, I guess, asset or commodity, whatever you'd like to consider Bitcoin, to hedge into, right? And I do think that it's very comparable to gold, as you guys know as well. I believe in it fundamentally as well. I believe it can revolutionize the way whatever blockchain in general is going to impact the world. I believe that fiat monetary systems can be altered by it as well. It can drastically change. I think that blockchain technology will be as common in about a decade as a smartphone in your hand, and that we won't even know that blockchain is integrated into everyday technology, right? I do believe that maybe not Bitcoin, but perhaps another coin. We don't know what's going to come out, right? We don't know what genius, Satoshi Nakamoto version 2.0 will invent, right? But what we do know is that money transfer in general is a very slow and delicate process when we think of things like SWIFT, right? We think of the Swell conference as well that's being held alongside. I think that Ripple in general is going to be a very hot coin. I think that there's going to be a monetary, like a digital currency system that's eventually going to usurp traditional monetary fiat systems. I think that G summits are going to be a hot topic because crypto is most likely going to be brought up even more, right, as a world threat. I love how institutions as well are contemplating the existence of crypto in general. So guys, I still stand by my thoughts, okay? I still stand by my thoughts that we're going to test 5850 in general, and if we break it, we'll get to the $6,100 range. Because what has become a resistance always becomes a support, and what has become a support will be tested as a resistance. It's just the nature of the market. So other than that, guys, if we don't break upwards, well, keep an eye for this triangle. It actually ends November the 19th, which is in about 1 day. That's kind of awesome. So we're going to get a very definitive break, in my opinion. Of course, we're going to have a resistance point around 57.51, right? So then we're going to have a support right around here, which is the interim swing low at the 54.35 region. And then we end up going upwards like this, right? It's or down, you never know. So if you think of the potential here, okay, I'm just going to actually go to the higher time frame here. You think of the potential time frame, we broke well below that already. So there's going to be obviously a short position available to around the 5,200 ranges to 5K ranges, right? That's kind of the range. Like 4,900 is going to be my ideal number to be shorting, in my opinion. And I will actually be entering. I'm in the process right now of transferring a lot of, or converting a lot of fiat over to Bitcoin, and I'm actually unlocking my accounts on, for example, Binance, for example, on my other exchanges, we'll just say. I plan to have a very good balance, put it that way, on Bitfinex very soon. Do you guys remember I was playing like up to 200K before? Those were some big positions. Remember my 1% scalps of $200,000 positions? They were nice little $2,000 profits sometimes, right? And yeah, I miss having those big days, and I think that I would like to be playing those position sizes again. But the reason why I'm not is mainly because I'm traveling, right? And it's definitely for safety. So anyways, let's just take a look at the risk to reward scenario, because it's all about the RR, right? We don't care about the dollar, right? We care about the potential gain in terms of percentage. So if you guys are, it's not really a good or not that great of an RR, in my opinion. Is that you enter around 5,700, set your stop loss slightly below here. Oh, sorry, it's a really good RR. But you know what? Probability-wise, I'm not really sure about it. I'd rather wait for a more probable play. Here's, for example, a 3.3% potential gain with a 1.86 RR. If it breaks there, you ladder your positions, you take some of your profit, wait for small retracement, and see if we can actually hit the $6,000 range. You take your Fibonacci retracement tool right here, and you see, oh, what's this right here? The first mode of resistance is at 58.45, which is a 382 Fibonacci level. And you say to yourself, wow, is that just coincidence as well that the golden pocket and the golden ratio is also at the second resistance point? Interesting, right? And then you take a look at the lower region as well, right here. This is your short position, and this is the one that I would love to be entering, okay? Whether it is right here, okay, where it breaks down right there at the symmetric triangle, bam, we're just going to target roughly 5,200 first, all the way down to about 4,900, and this is going to yield an incredible risk to reward, right? So you guys gotta, I'm just going to reiterate one more time, because this video is going kind of long. You ready to get going soon, actually? You are, right? Yeah, I'm sorry for taking long. You know what? I'll talk about my casino flip a coin another time, but I think you guys have heard it a few times before, right? So I'll get into that another day. But you got to think about it from the perspective of flipping a coin of heads or tails, or the probability, right? And just think about winning it over time in a casino. So if I were to enter my short position, like wherever this is, like 50, whatever this is, that the breakout point is, like 50, I don't know, 5,500 or something like that. Okay, like you think of the RR, like wherever it is, and it's a really good RR. And I would recommend laddering your position. Right, you take your profit around 5,200, and you take your profit around 5,000 as well. Ladder those positions, you get yourself a beautiful RR as well. Let's just see where it is roughly, okay? Yeah, that's pretty nice, guys. Entering a short around below 6K. If it does break down, set your stop loss slightly higher than that. You got yourself 5250 at around 2.5 RR, and if you go lower than that, you get about 4.0. So anyways, wanted to give you guys a very detailed technical analysis while also providing you some general insights always from me and from Mama Whale, which is also me. So anyways, have yourselves a phenomenal day. It's time for us to go sightseeing here at Marseille, France, because guys, when in France, why trade a lot when you don't really need to? So I'm just going to be entering a very small position once again for Ripple here. And guys, sure, I'm down 0.86%. Down $100, but when you got another 30K you can play, not really too worried whatsoever. And also there's a lot of equity from my funding account that I've finally funded, and there's also an exchange account, so I'm not worried at all by entering only a quarter of my position. Worst comes to worst, from this $10,000 position, I just get stopped out. This is why we're always entering in micro amounts and always micro purchase and ladder these positions. So anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday. Hope you spend time with your family and friends and your loved ones, and make sure to always give you guys, or give yourselves, some time off from the market as well. Last thing you want to do is stimulate your brain when it comes to just trading and over trading, right? It's a true thing, guys. It's a real thing when it comes to over trading, and it degrades you. It really does degrade you, and you got to make sure that you guys are always sharp and never in autopilot when you're trading. You got to always make sure you can do that quick mental math. Always make sure that you're at the top of your game. It's kind of like being an athlete. Last thing you want to do is go into an interview when you're very groggy or tired or not in your best shape. Last thing you want to do is play any type of professional sport as well when you're not in your best state of mind rather. So anyways, have a great day, baby whales, and I'll see you guys for an update sometime tomorrow. Thank you very much for following me, and I appreciate that so much once again. And make sure you guys are also liking my material, share it as well. If you guys are enjoying it, follow me on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram for my travels. Bye now, take care. Thank you.